Students, today we learn 4th standard English subject. Now we learn categories. Ria, come here.
Yes, teacher.
Ria, find words to complete the chart and write them in the proper place.
Okay, teacher.
In this column, first letter is given A, B, C, P, T, M and W. Ria, you tell me. The words which begin with A, which is something we eat or drink.
Oh, we eat or drink begins with A. Oh, teacher. Apple. A-double-P-L-E. Apple. We eat.
Ria, you tell me an animal which begins with A.
Animal. Oh, ant. A-N-T. Ant begins with A.
Very good. A thing which begins with A.
Axe. A-X-E. Which begins with A. Is it right, teacher?
Oh, Ria, very good. Now tell me an action word which begins with A.
An action word begins with A. Okay, teacher. Ask. A-S-K. Which begins with A.
Now tell me something we eat or drink which begins with B.
We eat or drink. Okay, teacher. Banana we eat, which begins with B.
Very good, Ria. Now you tell me an animal which begins with B. B.
B. An animal. Bear. B-E-A-R. Bear. An animal which begins with B.
Now you tell me a thing which begins with B.
Okay, teacher. Boat. B-O-A-T. Boat is a thing which begins with B.
Very good, Ria. Now you tell me an action which begins with B.
An action. Buy. B-U-Y. Buy is an action which begins with B.
Ria, now you go to your seat. Aryan, come here. Aryan, now you tell me something we eat or drink. Which word begins with C?
Yes, teacher. Okay, teacher. Oh, my favorite. Cake. C-A-K-E. Cake. We can eat. Which word begins with C?
Very good, Aryan. Now you tell me an animal. Which word begins with C?
Teacher. An animal. Oh, cat. C-A-T. Cat. Which begins with C?
Very good. And now you tell a thing which begins with C.
Oh, my favorite. Cap. C-A-P. Cap begins with C.
Now you tell me an action which begins with C.
Okay, teacher. Catch. C-A-T-C-H. Catch begins with C.
Then next letter P. Now you tell me something we eat or drink. Which words begins with P?
P. Oh. Okay, teacher. Papaya. Papaya is a word which begins with P. P-A-P-A-Y-A. Papaya.
Very good. Now you tell me an animal.
Animal begins with P. Oh. Pig. P-I-G. Pig and animal. Which words begins with P?
Now you tell me a thing.
Pot. P-O-T. Pot begins with P.
An action.
My favorite. Play. P-L-A-Y. Play is the word and action which begins with P.
Very good, Aryan. Go to your seat. Now, come here, Nita.
Okay, teacher.
Nita, now you tell me something we eat or drink. Which is first begins with T.
Begins with T. We can eat or drink. Oh, tea. T-E-A. Tea is a word which begins with T.
Very good, Nita. Now you tell me an animal.
An animal which begins with T. Oh, tiger. T-I-G-E-R. Tiger is a word which begins with T.
Very good. Now you tell me a thing which begins with T.
Teacher, table. T-A-B-L-E. Table is a thing which begins with T.
Now you tell me an action.
An action. Oh. Take. T-A-K-E. Take is an action which begins with T.
Very good, Nita. Now next letter is M. Now you tell me something we eat or drink. Which words begins with M?
Oh, my favorite, mango. M-A-N-G-O. Mango which begins with M.
Very good. Now you tell me an animal.
It is very easy. Monkey. M-O-N-K-E-Y. Monkey which begins with M.
Very good. Now you tell me a thing which begins with M.
A thing. Oh, money is a thing which begins with M. M-O-N-E-Y. Money.
Very good. Now you tell me an action which begins with M.
An action. Oh, teacher. M-A-K-E. Make is an action which begins with M.
Very good, Nita. Now you go to your seat. You are very clever students. Students, like this, you make a chart of A to Z letters. Okay? Students, make a category chart and try to fill all the columns for all the letters from A to Z. List the categories and letters for which you do not find any words. Try to find the words with help of your friends and earlier textbooks. Okay, thank you and practice it.